Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. So I invested in the beginning of the year in a business which I've sold the products on Amazon, and I'm going to tell you my experience and why at the end I decided to take the products out of Amazon. So I'm going to try to make it short, the experience I had, which there was a lot of ups and downs, but let's make it short. So first of all, why I decided to invest in the products that I decided to, which was beauty devices, which I'm still selling on my website, but I'm not selling on Amazon anymore. So let me just show you the products anyway, just quickly. So I was selling this type of products also, which maybe is not so known, the under eye area. If you are interested in these products which are anti-aging and they are really good to rejuvenate your skin, go to HIB Youth Devices, so HEB youthdevices.co.uk. So passing this phase of advertising of my business. Now, why I decided to invest in this specific area? The reason is because I'm a makeup artist. I'm used to makeup, to beauty, and also because I'm 38 years old. So I wanted something that I could inspire other women like me to use something at home and practical as well, that you don't have to think so much and you don't have to spend that much money. And this was the reason why I've decided to invest in these products. I always think it's good to invest in something that you have knowledge and you are related to. It just makes it easier, at least that's my opinion. Then moving forward, after I decided which products I wanted, now it came to the step of negotiating the prices and quantities and speak to the supplier. So in terms of supplier, I went to Alibaba, and only on Alibaba, I was lucky to find my supplier. He was really helpful. He was the one that supplied all the devices that I'm selling at the moment. And I didn't have 2 or 3 suppliers, which sometimes it can happen. It wasn't my case. And in terms of prices and quantities, I knew, because I'm a sole trader, I couldn't invest that much. So it was small quantities. Let me tell you, I think the maximum I've ordered was like 50 units of the face mask. And of course, in terms of negotiating the prices, I managed to negotiate a little bit, but it's not the same thing as, for example, if you're gonna order 500 units. So the power of negotiation wasn't that much, although what really helped me was that I've bought 4 different type of products. So I had like 20 of each, 50 of each. So that really helped me. And then after I passed that phase, then it was the phase of receiving the samples. So I negotiate the price, I negotiate the quantities. And then of course I needed to know how the product really works. So then when I received the samples, of course I had a few doubts, which I contacted my supplier and we spoke about it. And once I felt that I was ready to move forward into my Amazon FBA business, I then tried to set the Amazon account. And when you call Amazon and you set the day that you're gonna set your Amazon account, you're gonna need your passport, and also you're gonna need a unique tax code, if I remember, because I'm based in UK, so the HM revenue. Oh my gosh, sorry, HM revenue is going to give you a code, and you're going to need that code as a sole trader to start your Amazon business account. And then after that, by the way, before you send the products to Amazon, you're going to need barcodes, and you need to make sure that before you send your products to Amazon, they all have the barcode sticked on it. And that is going to be up to the supplier. So you buy the barcodes on the internet. That's very easy. You can just Google it. You're going to find it. And then you send to your supplier, and the supplier is going to put the barcode on the product. So yeah. So after having the products, barcodes, Amazon account, then you're gonna have to set up the description of your product. So you're gonna have to do the listing of your products on Amazon. So let me tell you, in this part, when you are at this stage, it gets so difficult. It's definitely the most difficult stage that you're gonna feel that you are if you are totally new in Amazon. The Amazon seller support, it does give you some help, so you can contact them. You have to download the app, and then through the app there is a part where it says Amazon seller support, and then you call them. Some of them are really helpful. Some of the people are really helpful. Some others you don't even understand sometimes what they're saying, so it makes it really hard. But passing the face of the description of the products, my best advice in that, when you're listing your products, you need to use Helium 10. So you need to use the software, which again, you can Google it. They offer, if I remember, 10 keywords for free. What I was doing, because I didn't want to pay, I didn't want to spend money, of course, because I was a small trader, I was a small sole trader. So I was using different emails, even the email of friends or my boyfriend. So I could download more keywords for my products. So that's how I did it. That was my trick. And the reason you're gonna need Helium 10 is because you need those keywords to put in your listing. So when they're looking for your product, they can find your product easily, and you need to know what are the keywords that are more searched on Google. So that's why Helium 10 is really helpful. After that, when you're listing your products as well, there's a part on the listing, a section where you're gonna have to put everything in HTML code. So again, you have to Google and you put HTML code, and then you're gonna write, because it's a specific code that you have to put so your listing is gonna look properly on Amazon. Anyway, if you're gonna get into the business, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. Listing ready, you're gonna start to setting up the shipping of your product to Amazon. And here, it's another stage that it can become very complicated. You need to know if your products have batteries or not. For example, my products, even if you don't see any batteries, but because they are chargeable, they're gonna have a small battery. So they can be considered dangerous according to the Amazon definition. And because of that, you need to understand if your product is going to be part of the Hazmat Amazon review, which was my case, and I didn't know at that time. And what happens in this point, if your products are going to have batteries, is that you need to speak to your supplier, and your supplier is going to have to describe very well, with all the details, as much as he can, or as much the supplier can. And they have to specify how many batteries, then there's like specific description for the battery and the quantity that it's included in the battery. But anyway, this is something that you can speak to your supplier, and your supplier needs to give all those details. Once you have all those details, then you are ready to fill it up, all the information in the Hazmat Amazon review. And when you're doing that, make sure you're doing everything carefully, and also read the maximum quantity of the batteries, because there's a specific restriction in Europe. So you need to read really well to understand if your product can be sold in Europe or not. I can tell you that because when I got into this part of my business, I completely stuck. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what Hazmat was. And I think I was stuck for at least like 3 weeks, because the supplier didn't know what to do as well. So if you know that your products are going to have batteries, straight away ask what is the specifics of the batteries, all of that. So then when you're gonna list your product on Amazon, straight away you're gonna have that information, because when you're filling up the information about the shipping, which you're gonna have to know as well the address of your supplier, the telephone number, you need all the details as possible. And you're gonna need to know as well about all the details about your battery. So you need to know everything that is related to the hazmat. If you don't know, then you're not going to be able to sell. It's just impossible, because if you don't pass this phase, you're not even able to shipping your products. So yeah, this is very, very, very important. After the hazmat review, then you need to speak again to your supplier. So the communication between you and your supplier, it has to be the best it can be, because you're gonna have to communicate with your supplier over and over again. And because sometimes it's different times, because my supplier is from China and it's a totally different schedule there. So I was lucky that he was always available, and sometimes of course I would be awake until late so we could communicate. So it's very important that you're going to be open, as your supplier is going to be open, to have that good communication and speed it up the process of shipping your products to Amazon. So after the hazmat, as I was saying, you're going to have to ask your supplier the dimensions of the boxes. You need to know the dimensions of each product, and then when all the products are in the box, so the box that is going to be shipped to Amazon, you need to know all those dimensions, every single thing. Amazon asks for sometimes the craziest details that you never imagine, and if you don't know anything, if you don't know the measures of the box, if you don't know how many units, like all of these things, then you're not able to move forward in your business, and it can get really, really frustrating. Trust me, it is really frustrating. Now my shipment was through air. I didn't choose by boat or by sea, because it takes ages. It takes like a month and a half, and it's not that I had that many quantity of products. So I had like, I think maximum I had like 100 units of everything, so it wasn't that much. If of course like you investing big time, then yeah, of course it's better then to do the shipment through sea. And if it's going to be the case, then just consider it's going to be a month and a half or 2 months. Okay. So in my case, because it was through air, it took like, to get to UK, it's really, really quick. It took like 2 weeks or even less. I think it was even less. Although the problem is when it gets to the Amazon warehouse. Oh, and by the way, you know the Amazon warehouse address after you do the hazmat, after you put all the dimensions of the boxes. When you know all of these details, then Amazon gives you the address of the warehouse, and that is going to be destined to your products. So yeah, so when my shipment got to Amazon, again, it was another, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, because it gets to Amazon, but then they see if the batteries, they are according to what you said on the hazmat review. And then they check as well the measures, the barcodes, everything. And then until it gets to the warehouse where it's going to be put in the right way, so then they can sell. Yeah, it took like 4 weeks, more or less. And I was so anxious already at that time, because I wanted my business to get started, you know. I didn't want any more delays, but I guess sometimes there are things that you cannot control, so that was it. And then once you have your products ready to sell on Amazon, you have everything ready on Amazon platform, how are you going to manage to sell? Because you have competitors, and trust me, it is tough. It is tough. It is tough. So what do you have to do? So I have a few strategies. I really worked with social media. When I say social media, I was posting every single day. So my first month, I was posting every single day on Instagram, on Facebook, also on Pinterest. Pinterest, actually, it's a really good tool as well. I know that people are more used to Instagram or a Facebook, but Pinterest is actually a good tool as well. And also make sure to have a website where they can see that your products are reliable. So I had the Instagram, I had my website, I had the Facebook, I had the Pinterest. So I was making sure that I was on it and I was present. So people, when they would see the product, they would knew what was about it. One of the things, although, that was a disadvantage for me because I was a sole trader. When you are a sole trader on Amazon, you're gonna have to put the name of your supplier. It's not gonna come your name. You only come your business company or your company's name, the name of your company. So the name of your company, it only stated on Amazon if then you are a limited company, which wasn't my case. So because of that, I had to put my supplier's name. And I think that was a massive disadvantage for me because they couldn't recognize straight away which company was about it. But I couldn't be a limited company because if you are a limited company, in terms of taxes, you're going to pay more and you need to have, so you need to sell, I don't remember specific the amount, but you do need to sell a lot to get to that stage where you're a limited company, which wasn't my case. So that's why I stayed as a sole trader. Then, okay, going back to the social media. I've tried to advertise on Amazon. Yes, I did advertise on Amazon. It's really expensive though. I just advertised one product for 2 weeks and I've paid like £300. And I was like 300 or 400. And I was like, because it depends how many times people they click on the advertising. And any information how to build the advertising on Amazon, you have videos on YouTube that they explain really, really well. That it's a little bit complicated, yes it is, but I would say in the first week it's really important, but then after that just try to work with social media so you don't get high costs, because I think those 2 weeks of advertising, it was really expensive for me, and 300, 400 pounds when you're just selling like 50, 100 pounds a week, it's a lot, as you can imagine. And Amazon advertising, I think if you are a big company, yes, it compensates, but because I was a small company, it's just compensated because I was just launching the product and I wanted the product to be listed on the first page, because of course I was totally new in the market, so that was the case. But after 2 weeks, I was like, I cannot keep spending this much money, so I stopped it. Then the other strategy I thought it could work with which actually it worked, was actually search for influencers on Instagram. So I searched for influencers in the area that I was working, and I've worked with 2 influencers, which worked really, really well. I think those weeks that they were talking about the product, I sold really, really well. I can say that my 3 first months of business, they were really good, really, really good. Then of course, when summer came, not that easy though. Then another tool that I've used to boost my product, it was Repricer. So this is a software, really, really important. If you don't want to use Amazon advertising, then you're going to use Repricer. Repricer, I actually decided to pay, and I was paying, I think, around £80 a month. It was actually helpful. It really helped me, because Repricer, what it does, if there's a company that they are selling cheaper than you and the product is similar, Repricer is going to put your product down and the customer gets more attracted to your product. So it's a automatic system. So I would advise to work with Repricer. It's amazing. So once I was selling the products and everything was working in terms of advertising, marketing, everything, then I started seeing how much the Amazon fees were. and you don't pay the warehouse. You actually think you're going to pay the warehouse. You just pay the warehouse when you sell your product. So while the product is, at least that's the idea I got, while the product was in the warehouse, I didn't pay that many fees in terms of warehouse. The fees that I was being charged, yes, it was, if I would sell a product, that specific product, then the warehouse fee would be charged. And then as well would be charged the fee that they have when you sell a product. There's another fee that I don't remember as well. And the fees on Amazon, they can crush your business, they can crush your profits as well. So I can't say that I had that much of a profit. I cannot say, although I can say that the product was visible to more people, and people, they found it more reliable. Because if I compare now that I have my products that I'm selling on the website and when I was selling on Amazon, it definitely gave the credibility that people, they need to feel safe that your product is a good product to buy, to be bought. Now, after a few months, why did I decided to remove my products? Why I decided to remove my business from Amazon? The reason I decided to take my products, and very, very simply, because I moved out of UK. If it wasn't the fact that I've moved out of UK, I would still selling on Amazon, and I would be selling on the website as well, because I started selling only on Amazon. And what I know now, I would be selling on my website and also on Amazon, on both at the same time. But because I moved out of UK, I didn't see any reason why I would still keep selling on Amazon, because I wouldn't be present, and I wouldn't be able to follow up as much as I was following up the marketing strategy of the company, the fees that I was being charged. I could not keep up with that once I moved out of UK. So that was the main reason. And now, if you want to remove your products from Amazon, it's very, very easy. It's you have to fill up a removal form. So the removal form, it's very easy to fill it up. Again, search on YouTube. A lot of people, they explain that very, very easily. And when you do that, Amazon, literally after 2 days, maximum in 1 week, you have all your products, depending on the address you put it. I put it on my address, I put it on my friend's address, and everything was shipped to his address within 1 week. So it was really quick. At least that was fast. And then the removal fee, I think I've paid £70 for that. So it was okay. I was actually expecting more. So it was okay. Now, bottom line, now let's get to the most important phase of the Amazon FBA. What I think I could have improved. My advice is to you, my tips to you, if you're going to be new in that type of business. First of all, think really, really well in the strategy that you want to use. It's very, very important that you know the strategy you want to use. For example, do you want to sell your product in only one market? You want to expand your business. You want to sell in Europe. You want to sell to America. You want to sell to Asia. For example, if you want to expand your business, make sure that your social media is on point. Make sure that you have influencers, good influencers, that they can talk about your product. This is like essential. And remember, Pinterest is also a very important platform to work with. So another strategy that I think it's really, really important when you're going to start Amazon FBA business, it's having a partner. I was by myself and it was really, really difficult. you do have to spend a lot of time. I'm the type of person that I'm always doing so many projects at the same time, and I didn't calculate really well how much time I would be needing each day. And I can tell you that I was needing at least 4 hours a day to manage my business, because you need to advertise, you need to answer to emails, to messages, you need to see if there's new competitors, if your price is okay or not. So there's so many details, you know, that I would say you need at least 4 hours a day. Maybe 2 hours a day, it's enough. But if you really want your business to grow, I would say 4 hours a day minimum. So because of that, and for example, if you have a family and if you have a full-time job and you're going to do Amazon FBA as a part-time, definitely have another person working with you. That is essential. It's very, very important. You have someone else helping you with all the load of work that you're going to have straight up from the beginning. What else can I say? So having a partner, hiring influencers to talk about your product. Then I really think, because I invested small, I think I didn't maximize my profit. I really think when you are able to invest big time as any other business, like I think if I could have invested 10,000, it would have been much better. Just because you get, with your supplier, you're going to get better prices. So you will get better prices straight away from the supplier. So meaning your profit straight away is going to be better because you've paid less. So you have less costs and you can charge the same price as maybe your competitor. But because you invested big time, your cost price, your initial price from the supplier is going to be cheap. So way better. So definitely I would say that investing, like dealing with Amazon FBA as a normal business, it's the best strategy, and not thinking this is going to be like a second income, because if you were expecting this to be a second income, it doesn't work like that. When I invested on Amazon FBA, I thought it would work as an income, as a, you know, a normal job income, and it wasn't. I can't even say that the income I got, it was enough, like a part-time job. It wasn't. So if you are hoping to invest in this business and have a bigger profit straight away, it's not going to happen. It can happen if you invest then in a big scale. If you're going to invest in different markets, then yeah, you can maximize your profit. Then the last tip I'm going to have, that I should have considered that before, is don't go straight away to Amazon platform. Before you go to Amazon platform, first of all, build up your website, build up some reviews, speak to your friends so they can use the product, so they can try, so they can write some reviews on your website, and start to build up some credibility straight away on the website of your company. So I would say, like, do that for at least 6 months, you know, so the market, or at least the people that they're gonna start following your company or the social media of your company, they already know you, and that is, it's way much better than what I did going directly to Amazon. It wasn't definitely a good strategy, not at all. So if you can, first of all, set it up, your website, set it up the company, sell first without being on Amazon. And when you think you're ready for all the hustle, because it's going to be a hustle, trust me, then yeah, then put your products on Amazon FBA, and then good luck. I hope you're gonna have an amazing success. So this is it. These are my tips, and I hope all these tips for your Amazon FBA business, if you are a beginner like I was, I hope this is really gonna help you, and I hope you will know where you're gonna get into it. Okay, so wish you a good day and good luck if you're investing in Amazon FBA. Bye.